Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the arrival of our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Chief Minister of Sarawak. Honorable and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please remain upstanding for the national anthem of Malaysia Negaraku, followed by the state anthem of Sarawak, Ibu Pertiwiku. Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Salam Sarawakku sayang. Our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Datuk Petinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, Chief Minister of Sarawak. The Honorable Datuk Sri Hajah Nancy Shukri, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Malaysia. The Honorable Datuk Sri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture and Minister of Youth and Sports, Sarawak. The Honorable Datuk Sebastian Ting Chiu Yu, Assistant Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Sarawak. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Wira Dr. Nozari bin Hamad, Secretary General, Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Malaysia, and Chairman of Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau. To all distinguished guests, industry partners, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, selamat datang, and a very warm welcome to Meet in Malaysia at Sarawak and the official launch of Kuching as a member of the Hybrid City Alliance program and event by Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau together with business event Sarawak. How about a round of applause to our organizers, ladies and gentlemen. Briefly, Meet in Malaysia is a national campaign by MySAP to provide financial support for organizers to reframe their costs in staging domestic and international conferences, meetings, trade exhibitions, and incentive groups aimed to revive and rebuild national business events industry. Without further ado, may we begin by first inviting Al-Fadhil Ustaz Syed Abdul Aziz bin Wan Yusuf on stage to lead the Doa recital. Al-Fadhil Ustaz, please.
آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم يا الله, Engkaulah Tuhan yang Maha Esa yang selayaknya menerima segala puji-pujian. Pada hari Jumaat yang penuh keberkatan ini dengan rasa kehambaan dan penuh kesyukuran, kami menadah tangan memohon ke hadrat-Mu ya Allah. Kurniakanlah keberkatan dan kerahmatan ke atas semua yang hadir sempena Meet in Malaysia at Sarawak and launching of Kuching Hybrid City Alliance yang akan disempurnakan oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Patinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, Ketua Menteri Sarawak. Allahumma ya Allah, ya Rahman wa ya Rahim, jadikanlah majlis yang diadakan ini berjalan dengan lancar dan sempurna serta dipermudahkan segala urusan. Kami memohon ke hadrat-Mu agar usaha kami ini mencapai segala hasrat dan matlamatnya dalam membangun dan memperkasa pembangunan industri dan ekonomi, seterusnya memangkin kesejahteraan dan keharmonian negeri. Allahumma ya akramal akramin. Kami juga dengan segala rendah diri memohon, semoga dipereratkanlah hubungan baik antara kami yang berbilang kaum, berbagai bahasa dan budaya, agar sentiasa mesra dan bersahabat, serta mampu bekerja sama, bantu-membantu dengan penuh jujur dan ikhlas, penuh ihsan dan kefahaman, serta penuh kepedulian dan kasih sayang di kalangan kami. Kurniakanlah kami kesihatan dan keafiatan yang berterusan, serta kepribadian dan akhlak yang mulia. Kurniakan kami dengan kekuatan azam dan kesungguhan untuk mengamalkan segala bimbingan dan petunjuk-Mu dalam segala niat dan perancangan kami, serta dalam kerja dan usaha kami, demi kebaikan, keamanan, kesempurnaan dan kesejahteraan masyarakat negeri kami. Allahumma bika nasta'in wa alaika natawakkal wa anta rabbul arshil azim. Irhamna ya Rabbana fa innaka anta arhamur rahimin. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adzaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Terima kasih. Thank you very much to Al-Fadhil Ustaz Syed Abdul Aziz bin Wan Yusuf for the Doa recital. Ladies and gentlemen, may we now have the honor to invite the Honorable Datuk Seri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture and Minister of Youth and Sports Sarawak, to give his speech. The Honorable Datuk Seri, please.
Terima kasih saudara pengurusi majlis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good afternoon to all of you. Right Honorable Datuk Tinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari, Mentun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, the Chief Minister of Sarawak, Honorable Datuk Sri Hajah Nancy Shukri, the Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture, Malaysia, Honorable Datuk Sebastian Teng Chiu Yu, Assistant Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture, Sarawak, yang berbahagia Datuk Wira Dr. Noor Zari bin Hamad, Secretary General, Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture, Malaysia, who is also the Chairman of Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau. Yang berbahagia Datuk Sri Idris Jala, thank you for being able to make it to this program today. Distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon again. Assalamualaikum. And to our friends throughout Malaysia and to the world, thank you for joining us on our special collaborative event today. Sarawak is one of Asia's Pacific most active hosts in business events since we established the Sarawak Convention Bureau, which is now known as Business Event Sarawak, in the year 2006. The COVID-19 pandemic never deterred our drive to grow. Instead, it fueled our desire to become a stronger and more resilient destination by forging important collaboration, not just within the local industry, but with the national and international business events industry. Recently, Sarawak reopens for domestic business events and tourism, which include West Malaysia as well as Sabah. And as we wait for international borders to reopen, which I hope will be soon, this is an opportunity for you to leverage our newfound strength as well as resilience. I encourage more collaboration between the state and federal associations, private as well as government sectors. These collaborations can be strengthened further by partnering with the business events industry. I also encourage planners to experience our destination and organize business events in Sarawak. My ministry will definitely support you all the way through our agency, Business Events Sarawak. With its own incentivized packages, these packages are for new as well as for existing planners and support hybrid events of all sizes with additional funding of up to 50% of the total approved amount, venue subsidies, value boosters, and more. Business Events Sarawak incentivized packages can be coupled with Meet in Malaysia support packages to double the resources to ensure the success of your events. So though, must pick it up. The business of meeting, incentives, convention and exhibitions is not a social activity. It is an economic sector that contributes to the economy, transformation of Malaysia as well as the world. While the tourism sector is a beneficiary, the economic impact can also be felt by other sectors such as the manufacturing sector, education sector, technology and retail. Speaking of recovery, Sarawak's performance for 2021 stands at 105 secured events. These secured events are worth 141,003 delegate days, amounting to approximately ringgit Malaysia, 332.1 million in total economic impact, close to ringgit Malaysia 20 million in tax revenue, and 26,354 in new job opportunities. As I conclude, I extend my thanks to MySEP for hosting your roadshow in Kuching City, and also to Business Events Sarawak for initiating this exclusive collaboration with the National Bureau. I'm also looking forward to seeing more collaborations in the future to further develop the business events industry for Sarawak as well as for Malaysia. Last but not least, I wish to thank Right Honourable Chief Minister for being able to spare a little bit of time to be with us today. We are deeply honoured to have in your presence to be with us today. We know that you have been very, very busy. Yesterday he was in Sri Aman. He's all over the place. But that little time that he can spare for us means a lot to the business industry, the business event industry. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much to the Honourable Datuk Seri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, and Minister of Youth and Sports, Sarawak, for his speech. Honourable and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome our online viewers as our event this afternoon is being broadcast live on MySEP's YouTube channel as well as FB channel. Ladies and gentlemen, the pleasure is ours now to invite the Honourable Datuk Seri Haji Nancy Shukri, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture Malaysia, on stage to deliver her speech. The Honourable Datuk Seri, please.
Thank you, MC, for the day. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Yang amat berhormat, the Right Honourable Datuk Petinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, our Chief Minister of Sarawak, the Honourable Datuk Seri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture Sarawak, Minister of Youth and Sports Sarawak, the Honourable Datuk Sebastian Ting Chiu Yu, Assistant Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture Sarawak, Yang Bahagia Datuk Wira Dr. Nurzari bin Hamad, Secretary General, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture Malaysia, and also Chairman Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau. Yang Bahagia Datuk Sri Idris Jalla, Chairman and CEO of Pemandu Associates. Thank you very much for being here. And also distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I'd like to express my utmost gratitude to the Chief Minister of Sarawak, Yang Berhormat Datuk Petinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Openg for gracing this event today and for being very supportive towards Montex activities all these years. And for that reason, I would like to dedicate Yang Amat Berhormat with a pantun. Burung kenyalang terbang di awan, terbang tinggi bersama rakan. Sekalung penghargaan kami ucapkan, sokongan Yang Amat Berhormat menjadi pedoman. Thank you. I would also like to extend my appreciation to Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Youth and Sports Sarawak, for being my strong supporter in the field of tourism, arts, culture, and now for this event today, the Meet in Malaysia in Sarawak, at Sarawak. My deepest gratitude also goes to Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture Sarawak, Business Events Sarawak, industry partners, and government agencies that have made this event possible, and members of the media for your unwavering support in covering stories on tourism and business events. For organizing this meet in Malaysia Sarawak or MIM Sarawak, please join me for a round of applause to the Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau of MISEP and also Business Events Sarawak for this joint effort. And I am personally very proud of this event, MIM Sarawak, or Meet in Malaysia Sarawak, especially because it's a homecoming for me, and I am indeed a proud Sarawakian. Therefore, let us benchmark this event to be our starting point for us to shift our gears to high speed in all our efforts to position Malaysia as a safe and responsible business events destination of choice for all within the region once more. Our journey to welcome international business events travelers onto our shares starts now, and I hope we are all in high spirits to begin anew. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarawak is an exceptional state when it comes to business events. This is because Sarawak is the first state to establish a convention bureau in the year 2006 called the Sarawak Convention Bureau, now known as Business Events Sarawak. I am delighted to note that with the undivided support from the state's leadership, Sarawak has poised itself as one of the leading destinations for the business events segment. In the international scene, Sarawak is seen as the frontrunner as the state has won numerous international conferences and accolades over other major destinations from around the world. Along the way, Sarawak without doubt offers an alternative for those seeking humble authenticity far from the tourist trap cliches. Ladies and gentlemen, whether it is sharing in lifestyle of one of the many indigenous communities' longhouses, exploring gigantic caves in the UNESCO World Heritage of Gunung Mulu National Park, one will find Sarawak offers a host of memorable experiences to bring home to. For business event sector, Sarawak has a clear advantage in unparalleled content creation, innovative ideas, creativity, young energetic industry, and strategic industry support that made it a destination of choice for event organizers. Ladies and gentlemen, on the national level, the establishment of Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau, or MISEP, in 2009 is to further strengthen the country's priorities towards the development of Malaysia as a high-income nation, primarily as an economic contributor catalyst for job creation and employment in the business events segment and spread the wealth from business events to the whole nation. MISEP is an agency under MOTAC, which its key role is to bid for significant conferences and prestigious business events activities which can bring in huge economic impact to the country, knowledge advancement to the professional community, and a long-lasting legacy impact. I am happy to report that this year alone, despite the pandemic, Malaysia, through MISEP and its partners, have won 15 international conferences to be held in our country from 2022 to as far as 2030, where we are expecting to see around 16,000 international delegates, contributing to 140 million ringgit in estimated economic impact. When speaking about the impact of business event industry to the nation, I would like to draw your kind attention to the Events Industry Council, or EIC, which is the Global Federation for the International Meeting Associations, and Oxford Economics study on comprehensive model of global business events research. By far, this is the most conclusive global study on business events that indicated the industry involved more than 1.5 billion delegates across 180 countries, generating USD 1.07 trillion or 4.45 trillion Malaysian ringgit in direct delegate spending and USD 621.4 million or 2,586 million ringgit of direct GDP and created 10.3 million direct jobs. This amplifies the significant impact of the business events and industry, and Malaysia must tap from this lucrative market segment in a strategic manner. Despite the huge figures that I have shared from the EIC study, we must not be complacent. Make no mistakes, the competition is going to be very, very tough, especially as other top destinations know what it takes in winning a bid, which some destination has a larger budget for subvention than ours. In this respect, I am delighted to see that MySAP is working very well with Business Events Sarawak as Team Malaysia or Keluarga Malaysia in bidding for prolific bids. In fact, I was told there are a few bids in progress for Sarawak, and I hope that Malaysia will win all these bids that are in progress. Ladies and gentlemen, today we will be witnessing the launch of Hybrid City Alliance, where Kuching has been accepted into a global initiative as a member, which will be presented later on. We will also learn about MySAP's Meet in Malaysia campaign, where they will be providing significant financial support under the Let's Meet Tomorrow, Let's Meet Locally, and Let's Meet Now packages. It is my fervent hope that Sarawak industry players will grab this opportunity, which will certainly help you in restarting and resetting your business. This certainly augurs well with the Keluarga Malaysia concept, brainchild by our Prime Minister, which covers the three main thrusts of inclusivity, common ground, and contentment. Finally, in closing, please allow me to share with you another pantun. Dari Kuching hingga ke Mulu, pelbagai keunikan boleh diterokai. Hari ini kita bertemu, jadikannya wadah memacu industri. And on that note, let's be greater together and let's meet in Malaysia. Sekian, wabillahi taufik, wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Terima kasih. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Our thanks to the Honorable Datuk Sri Haji Nancy Shukri, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Malaysia, for a speech. Honorable and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly request you to direct your attention onto the screen. Up next is a multimedia presentation, a short video on Kuching as a member of the Hybrid City Alliance.
The world is experiencing changes like never before, and the global business event industry must create more value and benefits. Delivering higher purpose business events through legacy impact and being environmentally sustainable is the key. The future of business events is here, and we are ready. Today, we celebrate another milestone for Sarawak, where Kuching is now a new member of the Hybrid City Alliance. Thanks to MySAP Progressive Initiative, Kuching is one of 4 cities in Malaysia to participate alongside Kuala Lumpur, Kota Kinabalu, Penang, and 18 other members worldwide. Hybrid City Alliance connects the world to a global network of partners to provide knowledge, innovation, and tools to produce hybrid and multi-city events around the globe. Along with our initiative towards advancing the digitalization of business events industry, more than 20 of our industry partners across Sarawak are certified digital event specialists from the international bodies such as Professional Convention Management Association, in short, PCMA. In Progress is a digital bidding and business platform for our business partner to respond to bidding, business, and marketing opportunities. As of today, more than 100 industry partners have attended the training. Coming up for Sarawak is the Centralized Collaboration Data Sharing, in short PE Data, a digital platform to capture an overview of Sarawak's business events economic impact by collecting business events data from government and private sector. By hosting your conventions and exhibitions, corporate meetings, and corporate incentives in Sarawak, your event will be tech-savvy, socially and environmentally responsible, that will leave a lasting legacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it gives us great pleasure to invite our guest of honor, the Right Honourable Datuk Petinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, Chief Minister of Sarawak, to give a speech, and right after to launch Kuching as member of the Hybrid City Alliance program. The Right Honourable Datuk Petinggi, please.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat tengah hari, salam sejahtera dan salam Sarawakku sayang. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Hajah Nancy Sukri, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture Malaysia. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Haji Abdul Karim Hamzah, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture Sarawak, who is also Minister of Youth and Sports Sarawak. The Honourable Assistant Minister Datuk Sylvester Ting, Yang berbahagia Datuk Wira Dr. Nur Zari bin Hamad, Secretary General, Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture Malaysia, who is also the Chairman of Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau. Yang berbahagia kawan lama saya Datuk Idris Jala, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to welcome BE Sarawak, and today we are launching Meet in Malaysia at Sarawak as part of the Hybrid City Alliance. I would like to congratulate all who have managed to include Kuching as one of the Hybrid City Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, being recognized as a hybrid city is an important development in the pursuit of turning Kuching into a premier business event destination. Not long ago, we formulated the Post-COVID Development Strategy 2030, in short, PCDS, to recalibrate our destination development to achieve economic prosperity, social inclusion, and environmentally sustainability. Business events are part of this strategy. For a destination to develop, we should leverage research expertise, and connections. And this can be done by adopting digitalization as strategies toward digital transformation. Hybrid events are a key example of how Sarawak business events are proceeding with digital transformation. The new world today requires us to adopt methods that will increase productivity and efficiency and create a conducive, enabling environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased that Sarawak business events industry is already digitalizing its business processes. While we accelerate our digital capabilities, there is still an emphasis on the importance of face-to-face meetings. Hybrid events will enhance the event experience and engagement, allowing greater reach to disseminate knowledge and create new regional and cross-continental partnerships, while supporting the state government's effort under PCDS. Moving forward, we are focusing on the legacy impacts of business events. And this national collaboration between myself and BE Sarawak is a legacy unfolding. With the domestic borders open and two types of incentives available, I invite all of you to make Sarawak your next business events destination so that we can share the very best of what we have to offer. Finally, once again, congratulations to Business Event Sarawak and myself on the collaboration and launch of Hybrid City Alliance at Meet in Malaysia Roadshow. I am confident that by continuing this exemplary level of collaboration between the state and federal industry, Malaysia's recovery and transformation is more than possible through business event. I wish you all the best and good luck. Let us make Kuching a city for the business event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Please remain on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, may we also invite both Honourable Minister, Honourable Assistant Minister and Yang Berbahagia Datuk Wira Dr. Noor Zari to join and accompany our guest of honour on stage for the symbolic launch of Kuching City as a member of Hybrid City Alliance. For the launch, we invite the Right Honourable Chief Minister to press on the launch pad, which will ignite the multimedia montage. Sir, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Kuching City, now officially a member of Hybrid City Alliance, along with Kuala Lumpur, Kota Kinabalu, and Penang. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is the presentation of souvenir presented by the Honorable Datuk Seri Haji Nancy Shukri, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Malaysia, to our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Chief Minister of Sarawak. The first souvenir is a copy of Malaysia Business Event Strategic Marketing Plan 2021 to 2030. As well as a beautiful wall frame art. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a thunderous round of applause to our guest of honor for making time joining us here this afternoon. Coming up next is a special segment. Bear with us as we prep the stage. Again, we request the Right Honorable Chief Minister to remain on stage. As coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be joining the exclusive one-to-one conversation between our guest of honor and Mr. Imran Arif of Free Malaysia today on the topic Inspire and Ignite Sarawak. To the rest of our VIPs on stage, we invite them all back on to their seat. I hope everyone is all set and ready. As we invite everyone to sit tight as we are about to join the Right Honorable Chief Minister in this exclusive conversation conducted by Free Malaysia today. So we invite Mr. Imran Arif. And it's over to Mr. Imran Arif of Free Malaysia today.
Well, first of all, thank you all so much for joining us, both in person and virtually. And thank you so much for joining me in Datuk Patinggi. It's an honor to speak to you. So my first question is, what is the state government's initiatives to help in the economic recovery as well as the tourism industry and business events industry?
Yeah, tourism is a very important sector in our effort to recover our economy as a result of this COVID-19 pandemic. And then what we have planned to do is we have to enhance the infrastructure in order to entice people to come over to Sarawak and invest in our tourism facilities. One of which is, for the purpose of this hybrid, Kuching must have friendly infrastructure for the visitors. And that is important. And as a result of this initiative, we want to plan Kuching as a smart city. Meaning we have to build the various digital infrastructure in Kuching, including our public transport. We call it ART, Autonomous Rapid System, public transport, which will enable people to move freely around the city. This is the first initiative as far as Kuching City is concerned. The other one is we have to explore how to increase connectivity between Kuching and the rest of the world, or for that matter, Sarawak and the rest of the world. I have requested the minister in charge of tourism to look into this possibility, because Sarawak, as you know, is in an island. You have no option but to fly. And this connectivity is very important for us to get people to come over without any hassle. I had that experience before when I wanted to promote Sarawak overseas. One of the feedback we got from overseas visitors is that you have to come to Kuala Lumpur, then you fill your immigration form in Kuala Lumpur. You come to Sarawak, you fill another immigration form to Kuching. So what I did was I tried to get direct flight straight to Kuching, transiting Kuala Lumpur. That was Frankfurt to Kuching. So what happened is, along the flight, you don't have to fill double immigration form. So from that particular experience, I think now we have to explore that possibility of having direct flight from the key hub destination to Kuching. And that is part of our post-recovery plan as far as tourism is concerned.
So what are your government's plans to adopt digital technology to build the state's economy, tourism, as well as business events?
Yeah. Now, digital economy is the way forward. And that is why we set aside quite substantial sum of fund to develop our digital infrastructure. Not only through fiber optic, but also through clouding. Because sometimes, you can't connect through fiber optic because it takes time, because of the size of Sarawak. But there is another technology available now. I think SoftBank is doing it, SoftBank, where you have this floating sort of device that can transmit data to the ground. And we are exploring that sort of infrastructure, while at the same time we build our land infrastructure, including, of course, fiber optic. And the other one is this, we have to train our people handling the devices, as well as people who are ready to use technology as part of their delivery system. And this is through what we call digital village, managed by Tegas. And then this training system is linked to our various regional hubs to train our people. So those who are in tourism industry, they can make use of this device. Again, when you want to promote your product, you have to use VR, virtual reality. And this will really give a good sort of data to your potential visitors.
And so speaking maybe specifically about business events, what are your aspirations for the business events industry to bring more overseas MICE events, both to Sarawak and to Malaysia as a whole?
Yes, business events are a very important part of your tourism promotion. That is why a few years ago we started our Borneo Convention Bureau, as well as the construction of our BCCK. But for Sarawak, we don't aim for the big meetings. It's the medium one. The medium that attracts about 300, 400 participants. And that is just nice. And after that, when you do the package, you also include post-business, post-conference package, where they can enjoy whatever product that we have. Go to Bako National Park, go to Semongo, and this sort of package together with the business event. You know, people who are going for conference, they also need time to spare their extra time. For instance, in Kuching, beside the national park, they can have river cruise, and we are upgrading our Kuching Sarawak River with the Malay Kampung, but then they are modernized as part of the attraction.
And this is my last question. How do you think the business events industry can have a lasting and sustainable impact on Sarawak's economy and the people?
Yeah, you know, the first thing that people are looking for, one is safety. The destination must be, you know, secured. You feel secure. Number two is friendly people. You feel comfortable in that particular area. And the third, of course, the facilities must be of world class. These are, I think, the three factors that must be built if you were to get all these international people to come in. Of course, language. Language is so important when you interact with the foreigners. I think those are for Sarawak, because we are hospitable people. You know, we are quite peaceful, and this is one of the pull factor for people to come in and have their event here in Sarawak.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Datu Patinggi,
you.
and thank you to everyone joining us here in the auditorium and online. I'll now pass it back to our MC.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. How about another round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen, for Right Honourable Chief Minister and Mr. Imran Arif of Free Malaysia today. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now invite both Honourable Ministers to invite and lead our guests of honour to proceed and adjourn to our next meeting room for a round of press conference. To the rest of our guests, please stay put, stick around. Still to come, we have a presentation from Yang Bahagia Datuk Seri Idris Jala, including a panel discussion session that's coming up, still to come here today.